Hello YouTube and internet lovers. Long awaited part 2 of my review, quick review I would say. It's going to have to be quick. Quick review of the full armor Gundam Thunderbolt version, Master Grade, Verkaw. It's a lot to take in. It's kind of a mouthful of a name. But anyway, it's done. It's complete. Here it is. Like I said, I do have to be quick about my review. I've only got about 12 minutes on my memory card here. So, I'll bring it over here and take a look at it here. Yes, this took me a while to get through. I was taking my time with this here. I want to make sure I top coated everything with matte coat, and I went the extra step and did dry brushing on this kit. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first part of the review, but I did some dry brushing to bring out the highlights on all of the armor and everything on here and give it a little bit of a wear to it. I don't want to make it look really messy and worn out, because technically this is still a pretty new suit by the time the Brotherhood gets it, so it really shouldn't look like it's all battered up and everything. I mean, I suppose I could have put some dings on the shield, some little asteroids hitting it, but that probably would have been about it. Anyway, I'm not going to really go over posing too much, because I kind of did that in the first video. Once all of this stuff is on here, it gets kind of hard to pose this kit, and it's actually, I think, as a couple other people probably mentioned in their reviews, it kind of becomes a bit of a brick kit. Once all this stuff is on here, I mean, you can rearrange the shields and pose the weapons and everything, but I mean, and still move the legs and everything, but otherwise doing a lot else with it, doing some really crazy poses with it, you're probably not going to be able to really do that too well with this. Like I seem to have some loose issues with my shoulder here. I don't know why that is, but it got kind of loose somehow once everything was on there. The arm, I can get this shield out of the way for a second here. I don't know if it'll actually hold the gun up. Sort of. I mean, there's a lot going on with this gun here, so that's not going to surprise me if it can't really hold it up. Yeah, not really. It's actually kind of heavy. The missile pod probably fare better with this. Yeah, I can kind of hold that up. The gun is just really heavy. There's just a lot going on. There's just a lot of plastic on there. The backpack also is pretty heavy too. I was surprised how heavy this is once it was all together here. I guess that's because there's a lot of plastic inside of this also. These arms will tuck up and fold down inside of that. These things here, they're really not that heavy. They just kind of stick out. That's all, and just kind of move the center of gravity out to the back a little bit here. These missile pods, missile pod and the beam gun on top, they have a little bit of range of motion. This can go off to the side. It can, well, it doesn't, it can tilt back about that far. It doesn't really go that far. And this here moves about like that. Same thing with this here. It can move down and move back and forth just a little bit like that. It doesn't really go that far. I thought this thing could rotate. I thought it could, unless it slides up a little bit. I have to pull it up. Yeah, it just came out. Yeah, because there's another joint in there, but I don't... Yeah, there we go. So, okay. So, yeah, as you pull it out a little bit, it can rotate around like that. I don't think I can do that to the missile pod, though. It seems like it's kind of fixed in place on the missile pod there. But the doors on the missile pod can open up like so. This is a good opportunity to have a toothpick if you have one, because this is a little hard to get. There we go. So, missiles open. And you also have all of the missile pods. Those will open up like that. And these ones there on the side of the skirt will open up. These will open up in the front. Come on. Like so. And push it back a little bit so you can see the knees. Knees open up like so. There you have all those missile pods. So it's becoming very heavy arms like with all the missile pods opened up like that. But it's pretty neat look. There's also missile pods on the back, butt right back here, but you can't really see those, and I don't know where they would end up going when it's fired, but they're on the back of the butt also, so they'll pretty much just end up blasting into the backpack if they go off. Close all that back up. Here. Come on, arm. And we can open the cockpit up. I don't know if I showed this before. Oh, we're probably not with this thing on here. That comes up, these slide to the side, and then this will come up. If I can get it. There it is. And the cockpit is inside there. That'll lift up also. See if I can get that with the toothpick here. Yep. Yeah, it'll open up like that with the toothpick there. So definitely get a toothpick if you want to get some of these things open. And my vent covers are coming out. These little things. It was doing a good job of staying put for a while until I started moving things around. And the other one fell out. But that's fine. Now you can see what it looks like without the vent covers in there. They don't stay in that well, they just kind of wedge in, but it's alright. So, yeah, there's a lot going on with this kit. These arms. Let me talk about these arms real quick here. That's on here. This is coming out again. Get back on there. These arms are okay, I guess. Oh, sorry about that. Now, the way they hook in, I got this. I know my hand's in the way here, but let's see here. There's a little notch right there. It goes into the notch right there on the shield. And let me show you how this folds in. Let me move the gun out of the way. See if I can do this. They're nice arms. I do have a kind of a slight issue with them though. They don't rotate right here. You have to kind of pull it out and then move it. That's a little annoying because I tried before to rotate it when it was on this, and I actually ended up almost breaking these pegs off when I did that. So that's a little weird design. I find the easiest way to push them back in is you got to move this down, then push it back in. Because if you try to push it in when it's like this, oftentimes you'll just slide this thing down. Actually, it's stuck in place now. Okay. Huh. Well, it's actually stuck in place now. I don't know why it is. Before, it was like falling down inside of the backpack. Now it's locked in place. I don't know what I did there. It's actually not going back down now. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why it's like that now, but let's try the other shield then, because I think this one's loose. Get this off. So, yeah, this one's loose. See, if you try to push down, it'll slide back down again. It doesn't take much to make that drop back down again. I don't know why this one got locked in place. Somehow it did. And now it's not going back down. So it's stuck now. Okay. I don't know what happened there. But this one, see if I remember how this folds up here. Put that down. This has got to come up around like so. Actually, it has to bend down like that, and then there like that. So yeah, that's how that works. I have to figure out why this one got stuck. I mean, I don't mind it being locked in place, but I like to be able to unlock it as well, so I have to figure out what's going on with that. I was expecting a little more range of motion out of the weapons on the backpack, but I guess there's enough decent motion on the beam cannon, but the missile pod doesn't really move around that much. See, maybe now that I got stuff off, will it hold it up this way? It can. But like I said, it's a lot of plastic right there, so it's pretty heavy. You do have the beam sabers are on the side back here. They kind of come out just a little bit, like so. It's not really noticeable at all here. These can move around a little bit, not too much. So, let's see if I can actually get the backpack off here. I think the way to do it is to lift up. Yeah. There we go. And this piece just came off, that's all. It's kind of stuck on there now. Anyway, let me get that off so I can show you how this works here. This is stuck on. There we go. It's probably just a little rough because there's paint on it. Anyway, when it goes on, this piece slides together and kind of locks it in place here. So, kind of go just like that, and there we go. Just like that. So, pretty easy. Not too bad. Oh, and one other thing I do want to note about here, which I don't think other people have mentioned. The back plates here on the knee. Let me get you a closer look at these. These little back covers on the knee. You actually get a white set of this. So you can switch this out for white if you want. It's not mentioned. Oh god, reaching. Sorry about that. It's not mentioned in the directions, and I don't think I've heard other people talk about that, but you can switch these out for white if you want. A very, very minor detail. Interesting, but I don't really think it serves any purpose. I know in the high-grade Universal Sentry kit, this was white up here, and this was white back here, so it's kind of an option if you want. You do have these foot claws on here also, just for the added detail. The back ones come up too, so if you want that, it's nice. So one other interesting thing about this kit, you do get these little stickers that go inside some of the vent covers. I think I mentioned that in the first review also. They don't go in all of the thruster vents, which I find is a little odd, but only some of them. It has an interesting look to it. I don't know if they're absolutely necessary though, but it's a nice little detail, I think. So, final thoughts on this, as I got like 1 minute left here. It's a good kit. It's a very big kit. Definitely complicated. It's one of the more complicated kits I've built in some time here. Definitely most involved builds since the Sazabi Verkal kit I built. Is this an okay kit for beginners? Probably not, because there's a lot going on here, and you also got to deal with the water slide decals on here. Anytime you got water slide decals, you definitely want to make sure you do it well and be prepared and top coat the kit, because otherwise there's always a danger of these things coming off. I had one come off on the back of this arm here, I don't know, even though I top coated it. But anyway, it's an excellent kit. Probably one that definitely better. Well, there's only like 3 master grades this year, so so they're all pretty good from what I'm aware. And the Psycho Gundam's coming soon, and that's like massive. Backpack's even bigger than this thing here. So anyway, gotta wrap it up here because I'm about out of video here. So it's a good kit. If you're experienced with Gunpla, definitely check it out and consider it. It's a very good kit. Final covers are kind of a mixed bag though, but it's good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So I'll do my write-up review on this in a bit here. So alright, take care, and the real grade Sananji will be coming up next after this, not too long, right? Bye bye.